Hello everyone, it's time for another Facebook Live. I'm going to give you a couple minutes to join me. And while I'm waiting, I will get this shared to my group. So in case somebody is looking for it there, they can find it. Okay. See if my laptop will cooperate tonight. Oh, I forgot to grab my gems. Let me grab those real quick. And let's grab the foil. Okay. Working on getting it shared. There it is. We're playing with this Waves of the Ocean collection that is available right now. Hello, Betty. And it is one of my favorite collections I've ever done. The paper that goes with it is just beautiful, and I will show you here in a minute. And it is only available while supplies last. It will not be carrying over. The stamps and the dies will be carrying over, but the paper and the rhinestones will not. All right, we just about got it shared. One more thing before we get started on this, I'm going to show you all that is, I mentioned this last time, but I didn't have the flyer out to show you. So we are in the middle of Savings Are in Bloom promotion. So this is just for the month of March. If you don't have this cute little cut and emboss machine, this is what it looks like. These fold out. You've got your plates just like the big one. It's so very portable. It's not heavy at all. If you're traveling, you have an RV, it's a great thing to take with you. Or if you just have a smaller desk space and you don't want the big machine on your desk, that little one is great. I have them both. I need, the big one for some things, but the little one is sure handy for classes, for traveling. So it is on sale. It's regularly $60. It's on sale for $48. So you're saving 20% there. But in addition to that, they also put some bundles on sale. And so these bundles, and I'll probably next week I'll start sharing projects that I've made with these bundles so you can see some of them in action. I don't own them all, but I do have quite a few of them. But these are all on sale, 20% off also. Some of these you cannot even get as a bundle right now. They were a bundle in a previous catalog, and so now you would have to buy the stamps and the dies separately. But they've brought them back as a bundle and discounted them even more, so they're all 20% off. So if you've been wanting some of these, now is the perfect time to get them, along with this mini cut and embossing machine. So I wanted to be sure I told you about that. And then the collection that we're using, I'm trying not to lose my pieces, that we're using tonight. This is the stamp set and the dies. So Waves of Inspiration. And these are the Waves dies. And they are really a lot of fun. So you have two, you can tell I've used them, they're coming unstuck. You have two big waves that are made to kind of layer on top of each other if you want to. They don't have to. Or you can layer them on top of the stamp. You've got a couple of nice labels. Something that will cut out the pelican. And then these little things, I should have cut them and shown you. So there are clouds. So this is a clouds die. And then this is like just little accents. So you can cut it in a different color and layer it on top. Or you can just layer white and shimmer paper or whatever. But there's bigger clouds and smaller clouds. And then there's just some birds, which we're going to use those. I've got a fun fold class on Monday night, and this is one of the cards we're going to use. And this is some of the paper I'll show you here in a minute. But I cut those birds out of that foil paper. So we're going to make this card Monday night in my Fun Folds class. So these two items, and it's got some great sayings, and I love this mixed font. I love it when they do that. They mix the font on the sentiments. These two items will, excuse me, carry over to the next annual catalog. So those will be available. What I'm so sad will not be available is this paper, because it is, I can't even describe how beautiful it is. It is just gorgeous. And they made it just, the original one, just by pouring paint. But I mean, it is just stunning. I've ordered some more because you can't have enough of this. And it, like I said, it's only while supplies last. So if you want it, I would jump on it now before it goes away. So this paper is part of the collection. And then you saw a little taste of it in the card for the fun fold I showed you. Let me see if I can open this without making too much noise. So there's this foil paper, and this is going to be really glary. So this is Night of Navy, or it's kind of a combination Night of Navy Pacific Point. There is a one, let me see if I can get it out. Coastal Cabana. It's so hard to show foil paper on camera because all you see is the glare from the lights. And then there's a silver also. Let me grab a piece of it. There it is. So a silver. So it's kind of a brushed silver. So you get 2 of each of those foils in this package. And then the last thing in this collection, I'm going to open this up too so it doesn't glare too much, are these gorgeous rhinestones. So these are the Waves rhinestones, and I've used a lot of these dark ones, but it's blues and into greens, and I mean, they're just, I can't even show them very well on camera. They're just beautiful. So these and the 2 papers are only while supplies last. So, all right, here's the card we're going to make tonight. Oh, and last week we used some more beautiful paper. This is the New Horizons paper, and we even colored it with, this is just a piece of paper, just a piece of Designer Series paper. We stamped some birds on it. We put some Wink of Stella, which is kind of hard to catch on camera, but on the flowers and in this part, die cut a little label and stamped on it and some twine, and that's it. So this is the card we made last week, and at the end I will tell you who won that card. But tonight we're going to make this card, and I didn't cut everything. I went ahead and cut the wave just so you didn't have to watch me do that. We made this card as a part of Kay's team meeting last weekend, and I think she had the full wave cut, and I can see why, because this is a little bit flimsy without having the whole piece. So I think we had the full wave, and then we cut it after we put it on there. But I thought, well, I don't need all of that, but it is a little flimsier when you do it that way. But before we do that, let's stamp our sentiment first. So we're stamping in Night of Navy. And the sentiments, let's do a different sentiment on this one. So let's do You're Totally Awesome. So let me grab that. And a block. And we're just going to stamp it towards the bottom. You could do it after you put your square on if you wanted to, but I'm going to go ahead and do it now, because I think we can figure out about where to put it. We'll see if I do it straight. If it's not straight, then you'll get this one that is straight. Oh, it's not bad. So I forgot to mention, but like always, next week I will draw, and somebody will win this card that I make tonight. Somebody that made a comment. So if you comment on this video, next Wednesday I will draw. And then after this video is over, I will go to my blog and post the dimensions for this. All right. So the thing I didn't cut is this Designer Series paper. So it is 3 by 3, but I kind of wanted, oh, I forgot to hit post. There we go. I kind of wanted you to see how I did this. Hey, Nancy. Let me make sure I told you right. Yes, 3 by 3. So you're going to cut it in half. So 1 1/2. But what you want to do is keep it like that, so that you can put it back, you can put it on the square in the right, so 1.5 that way. And then you just want to be sure that you keep this way. So I'm just going to pull them off, whoops, like this, because you want them to flow like they did before you cut it. Okay, and then I have a piece of Night of Navy. Now I picked a darker Designer Series paper for this one because my wave is white, and I want to be sure it shows up. If I'd put it on one of the lighter ones, it wouldn't show up as well. Now you could get one of the light ones and make a navy wave or something like that, but I was doing it like we had done in class. So I'm going to lay these on here. And then I'll just glue them down one at a time. But I'm just trying to get the spacing now. But see how it still flows through that paper? That's why you want to kind of make sure you keep them oriented together when you cut them. So I'm just using my Stampin' Seal. And I'm not going to press them down real hard, just to be sure I'm happy with the placement, and then I'll press down hard on it. So if I need to move them a little bit, I can. And because I'm using this dark paper, you don't really see the Night of Navy too much in between. So they flow well together. And I put the white part at the top because I wanted more of the dark at the bottom where the wave is going to be. Okay, I think that looks okay. They look pretty evenly spaced. So now I can press down. And then before I put this on my card base, I want to lay this on. Yeah, I like it better just on the Designer Series paper. I like the edge around it still. You could put it all the way to the edge of the navy, but then it would get lost in your card base. So I like it just at the edge of the Designer Series paper. So I probably should have put my adhesive sheets on the back of this because it is pretty delicate. But we'll see if we can get away with just putting a little glue on the thicker parts of this. And this glue holds pretty well, so you don't need a lot. Make sure I get the waves, the tips of the waves. And then I may not need it all the way at the end. So let's see how this works. So I'm going to line that up with my Designer Series paper just in this lower left corner. And just hold it for a minute. I have to grab my scissors real quick. I always think I'm ready and then I'm like, oh, I forgot that. But luckily I'm crafting right next to my craft table, or I'm filming right next to my craft table. So, and now I'm just going to take my scissors and just trim this off like that. And so if you feel like, yeah, see, there's not really any glue right on the end. So I'm just going to turn it over and try and put just little dabs. I don't know if you can see. Oh, that was too big of a dab. Take some of that off. Little dabs there on the end. Yep, I got too much. So those ends will stay down. And then all we have to do is adhere that to our card. Now you could put on dimensionals. For Kay's meeting, we didn't. I'm going to turn this over just in case I got glue there. I don't want any glue on the front of my pretty wave and Designer Series paper. Come on. Didn't want to go in that corner. That'll work. And you're just going to put this up here above your sentiment. And then the last touch is we're going to add some of our gorgeous rhinestones. So I'm going to take my Take Your Pick tool, and let's do some of these lighter blue ones this time. Actually, last time they did more of the Bermuda Bay maybe. But let's do, I think we did like the biggest one down here. Those may be the same size, but that's okay. And the little one there. You want to do odd number, and then in a triangle, kind of a triangle pattern is what they say is the most pleasing. So there's our cards. There's the one I had before, and here's the one that we made tonight. Aren't they gorgeous? I mean, those waves and that paper is just, I wish that paper was carrying over, but it's not. All right, so I think that's it. Let's see who won this card from last week, and it's Betty. So I will get this card to you, Betty, and then next week somebody will win this card. All right, don't forget about the sale going on. Don't forget about this collection going on. Those are the two main things that are going on. We do still have the All Together collection. That's the one that has the different skin tone blends. I know some of the blends are out right now, are not available. And so I'll keep an eye on that and try and let you know when those come back. There's paper that goes with that, and stamps and dies that go with that too. I think those are all the special things that are going on right now. And the mini catalog is just, let's see, when does it go out? I think it goes through May. Let me make sure I don't tell you wrong. Oh, no, it goes through June. So this goes through the end of June, and then our annual catalog will be ending before that. Maybe it only goes through the 2nd of May. So the 3rd of May, we'll get a new annual catalog. And I believe all of those bundles that were on sale that I told you about are in the annual catalog. So this would be a great time to stock up on some of those if you don't have them. Okay, that's it. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you next week for another Facebook Live. Bye.